Welcome to Coin Explorer. Have you ever stopped for a moment and truly looked at the coins that pass through your hands every day? Most people treat them as simple spare change, something that moves quickly from pocket to counter without a second thought. Yet hidden inside ordinary coins are fascinating stories of history, design, and sometimes surprising collector interest. The coin we are exploring today is the 1981 United States Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, it looks completely normal, just another quarter that once circulated across the United States. But collectors often remind us that even the most common coins can hold details worth noticing. Over the years, coins like this have quietly traveled through stores, vending machines, markets, and countless wallets. Each one carries a small piece of American history pressed into metal. Today, we will take a closer look at the 1981 quarter, its design, its background, and the reason collectors still examine coins like this carefully. By the time this video ends, you might start looking at your own pocket change in a completely different way. The Washington Quarter series has one of the longest histories in modern American coinage. This design first appeared in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, the first president of the United States. Before that time, different designs appeared on American coins, but the Washington portrait quickly became one of the most recognizable images in U.S. currency. Decade after decade, the same portrait continued appearing on quarters used in everyday transactions. That means the coin you are seeing here belongs to a tradition that stretches back nearly half a century before 1981. For collectors, coins like this represent more than metal. They represent a timeline of history. Every year coin was produced, it became part of the economic life of the country. Millions of people used them without paying much attention. Yet today, collectors study them carefully to understand how they were made and how they survived over time. Looking at the front side of the 1981 quarter, you immediately notice the well-known portrait of George Washington facing left. Above his head appears the word Liberty, a symbol that reflects the ideals of the United States. Just beside the portrait, you will see the phrase, "In God We Trust," a motto that has appeared on American coins for many years. At the bottom edge of the coin sits the year 1981, marking the moment this piece entered circulation. Even though the design appears simple, it required careful artistic planning. Coin designers must ensure every detail remains visible even after years of wear. A coin might pass through thousands of transactions during its lifetime. Despite that, the major elements must remain recognizable. That balance between beauty and durability is one of the hidden challenges of coin design. It's also one of the reasons this portrait has remained almost unchanged for decades. Now turn the coin over and you will see the famous reverse design of the 1981 quarter. The reverse shows a strong American eagle standing proudly with its wings spread wide. Beneath the eagle are a bundle of arrows surrounded by olive branches. These symbols represent both strength and the hope for peace. Around the upper edge of the coin appears the inscription United States of America, while the phrase E pluribus unum sits above the eagle's head. At the bottom, you will find the denomination written clearly as quarter dollar. This reverse design remained in use for many decades before newer commemorative quarter programs appeared. Because of its long use, it became one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. For collectors, the eagle design is also an area where small details can be examined closely. During the early 1980s, the United States Mint was producing enormous quantities of coins to support everyday commerce. Quarters were one of the most heavily used coins in the country. They were needed for transportation systems, vending machines, parking meters, and daily purchases. As a result, millions upon millions of quarters were produced each year. The 1981 quarter was part of that massive production effort. Most examples quickly entered circulation and began traveling across the country. Because the production numbers were so large, the majority of these coins remain common today. However, large production does not mean every coin is identical. Differences in striking pressure, die wear, and storage conditions can create subtle variations. These differences are exactly what collectors enjoy studying. Coins from 1981 were primarily produced at the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Each facility used large, high-speed presses capable of producing thousands of coins every hour. The process begins with flat metal blanks that are cut from long metal sheets. These blanks are then fed into powerful presses where engraved dies strike the design onto both sides of the coin. The force involved in this process is enormous, ensuring the metal flows into the smallest details of the design. Even with modern machinery, small variations can still occur during production. Some coins may receive a slightly stronger strike, while others may show softer details. For collectors, these differences help tell the story of how the coin was made. Another important factor collectors consider is the condition of the coin. A coin that survived for many years will naturally show scratches, marks, and worn surfaces. This is completely normal because coins are designed to be used. However, occasionally, a coin survives in unusually well-preserved condition. When collectors find a coin that looks almost untouched, it can attract serious attention. Professional grading services examine coins carefully under magnification to determine their level of preservation. They evaluate the sharpness of the strike, the cleanliness of the surface, and the overall appearance. A higher grade indicates a coin that has survived with fewer imperfections. Because condition plays such an important role, two coins from the same year can have very different collector interest. Within the collecting community, sometimes discussions appear about extremely rare examples of otherwise common coins. These conversations usually focus on coins that survived in exceptional condition or have unique characteristics. In rare situations, an extraordinary specimen can attract strong attention when it appears in the collector market. Historical auction discussions have occasionally referenced values reaching extraordinary levels, sometimes even approaching $13 million under very specific and verified circumstances. It's important to understand that such figures are associated with extremely unusual specimens rather than typical circulation coins. Most quarters remain worth their face value. However, stories like these capture the imagination of collectors and encourage people to look more closely at everyday coins. Because of that curiosity, many people enjoy searching through old coin jars, drawers, and inherited collections. The thrill of coin collecting often comes from the possibility of discovering something unusual. While most coins will remain common, the search itself becomes an exciting hobby. Over time, collectors learn how to identify mint marks, recognize strong strikes, and evaluate surface condition. Each new discovery adds another layer of understanding. Even experienced collectors continue learning as they encounter different coins. The hobby rewards patience, observation, and curiosity. The material used to create quarters also plays an important role in their durability. By 1981, U.S. quarters were made using a layered metal structure consisting of a copper core with outer layers of nickel. This combination gives the coin its familiar color and strength. Earlier quarters, produced before 1965, contained silver, but the change in composition allowed the mint to produce coins more efficiently. The copper-nickel structure has remained the standard for decades. If you look carefully at the edge of a quarter, you can often see the copper layer between the outer surfaces. This design allows the coin to survive years of circulation without losing its overall structure. Another detail collectors observe closely is the strike quality. A coin that receives a strong strike will display crisp, well-defined features. The hair details on Washington's portrait and the feather lines on the eagle become clearer and sharper. If the strike is weaker, those details may appear softer. These variations are natural results of large-scale production. For collectors, a coin with both a strong strike and a clean surface can stand out among many others. This careful examination is one of the reasons coin collecting continues to attract enthusiasts around the world. Coins also carry silent stories of the journeys they have taken. A single quarter minted in 1981 might have traveled across cities, states, or even countries. It may have passed through thousands of hands before ending up in a drawer or collection. Every scratch and mark could represent part of that journey. Some collectors appreciate coins with heavy wear because they clearly show the life the coin has lived. Others prefer pristine examples that appear almost untouched. Both perspectives reveal different aspects of a coin's history. The community of coin collectors continues to grow through online forums, coin shows, and educational resources. Enthusiasts share discoveries, discuss rare variations, and research mint records together. Even coins that once seemed ordinary can become subjects of fascinating discussions. Through research and collaboration, collectors preserve knowledge about coin production and history.
Over time, this shared knowledge deepens our understanding of everyday currency. For anyone interested in starting coin collecting, the best place to begin is often the coins already in your pocket. Simply taking a closer look can reveal details most people overlook. Learning about mint marks, strike quality, and coin preservation turns everyday change into something far more interesting. The 1981 Washington quarter is a perfect reminder that even ordinary objects can carry history. So, the next time you come across a quarter in your pocket or coin jar, pause for a moment before spending it. Take a closer look at the design, the year, and the condition. While most coins remain simple pieces of everyday currency, their stories continue to fascinate collectors around the world. And who knows, one careful look today might spark a lifelong interest in the hidden history of coins. If you enjoy exploring rare and interesting coins, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more discoveries in the world of coin collecting.